Now, last night on this show, we brought you exclusive audio recordings that expose how teachers are plotting to bring the Gaza conflict into public school classrooms. Well, tonight I can reveal the booklet that the Teachers for Palestine group have made and are distributing at public schools. It's here in black and white, and in it, they claim that the October 7 terror attacks happened in context. Can you believe school teachers are saying this? And I quote, they say in their booklet, to understand October 7, you need to know what came before. Israel was born from colonial and racist violence in 1948. The use of murder, intimidation and violence drove almost 1 million Palestinians from their home as Israel was established 75 years ago. It is not some distant memory. You can't put into context or justify mass murder, the rape, the slaughter of even children and babies that happened on October 7. Their analysis is also wrong, and it is shocking information to be spreading to teachers and potentially students at schools. It's highly irresponsible. The teacher's booklet also has a section on how to make the crisis in Gaza a teaching moment. And they say that this quick and dirty guide offers some up-to-date and practical advice for educators. And they say no matter what age or subject you teach. This even includes lesson plans and suggests fitting the topic of Palestine into the nooks and crannies of your day. They encourage teachers to rename table groups so that students learn and identify with countries like Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan and Palestine. They also have a section, and again, this is a booklet produced by public school teachers. There's also a section on what to do if a principal asks the teacher to remove a keffiyeh, that's the checkered black and white Palestinian flag, or another Palestinian symbol from their clothing. As you know, as I've told you on this program, it's against the code of conduct by the Education Department to bring this conflict into the classroom and onto school grounds. Now, Kellie Sloane is the Liberal MP for Vaucluse, and she joins me now. Kellie, thank you so much for your time tonight. Look, what's your response to our revelations tonight and last night that public school teachers are bringing this divisive Middle East conflict into the classroom?
So, Sharri, it's absolutely appalling. That is the first time I've seen that booklet or heard about it, and it has no place in our classrooms. There is no place in our classrooms for political activism of any kind. Teachers are welcome to have their opinions. They can have them at home, they can protest, but when they walk in that school gate, they leave it behind. And they need to remember that they have an impressionable young kids in the classroom, kids of all faiths and of all opinions, and who deserve to look up to their teacher and not be indoctrinated by their teachers. Parents also deserve that respect. And I mean, context. I mean, that's just astounding. Sharri, I've watched that vision, that terrible vision from October 7. It is appalling. It is so out of context of anything I've seen in humanity. And it shook me to my core. I'd seen bits and pieces, but when I sat down in an embassy screening, I have to say, no decent human can find any context for that kind of brutality, that murder. And it's certainly, these conversations should not be in our classrooms, and these teachers deserve the most severe disciplinary action.
Well, I also revealed last night that the wife of a New South Wales Government Cabinet Minister, Jihad Dib, was disciplined last year. She's a teacher at a public school at Burwood Girls High. She was disciplined for her pro-Palestinian activism at school. So already disciplined last year, and yet she was part of this Teachers for Palestine group just on Friday. She's still involved in this despite the Department of Education's action. You know, do you think teachers are just arrogant that they don't seem to care what the Education Department does?
Look, I think tensions and emotions are really high at the moment. I have a real problem with this group, Teachers for Palestine. They've got form. They're sitting in that phone conversation that you recorded, talking about indoctrinating our kids, about tampering with the curriculum, about wearing T-shirts into schools, and about protests outside of the classroom. No problem with that whatsoever. Bringing it into the classroom, it's a problem. And it is not just this, small group of teachers. Let's not for a moment think this is a small group. This goes all the way up to the union, to the Teachers Federation, who condones this, who supports this type of behaviour or have in the past. In November, I stood up in the New South Wales Parliament and I asked the Education Minister what she was going to do about the fact that the New South Wales Teachers Federation had in its state conference supported a motion that allowed teachers to wear protest symbols into the classrooms. And that group, Teachers for Palestine, then encouraged their members to take photographs of political signage in schools. Parents are sick and tired of unions pushing their influence into our schools, whether it's geopolitical conflicts, whether it's Australia Day, or whether it's just this week hearing about 3-year-olds being told every morning in some preschool centres that their land was stolen. I mean, what on earth is going on?
And all this as literacy and numeracy rates fall across the country. Kellie Sloane, thank you so much for joining me.